Welcome back, everyone. I hope you weathered yesterday's flush without too much damage, because today, the bulls came roaring back in full force, flipping the script with broad gains after a bloody week.
It was quite the reversal.
After that tech-led pressure and macro jitters we unpacked last time, this reversal has everyone eyeing whether it's a true bottom or just a breather before more downside to come.
That really is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reversal or trap?
We're going to break this all down and get into what we're seeing, but real quick before we do, if you're new here, welcome to today's stock market summary, and please note that none of this is buying or selling advice.
Yep, we're just calling what we see happening in the charts as things develop.
And what we saw today was a textbook rubber band snapback.
It absolutely was. I mean, it felt violent.
Violent is the word. We went from the floor just dropping out yesterday to literally every single sector ending in the green today. The S&P 500, the SPY, it jumped back above its 20 and 50-day moving averages. That's usually a good sign, right? That the trend is still healthy.
Theoretically, yes. And you even saw the Dow ticker DIA. It broke out of an ascending triangle. That's a classic bullish pattern. Price just keeps making higher lows, building pressure until it pops.
Small caps join the party too, but I'm sensing a but here. You're not breaking out the champagne yet.
No, not yet. Because the NASDAQ.
Because of the NASDAQ.
Always. I mean, the QQQ is the problem child right now. Sure, it bounced and it was a nice bounce, but if you look closely at the daily chart,
what are we seeing?
It's at a lower low. So despite today's big rally, the overall trajectory is, well, it's still pointing down.
So this could be what they call a bear pullback.
Or a dead cat bounce. You know, we had that massive drop Tuesday and Wednesday. Sometimes price just snaps up to fill that empty space, the gap that was left, only to hit a resistance line.
And then crater again.
Until the NASDAQ can prove it can hold these levels, the risk is we're just setting up for the next leg down.
And the U.S. dollar plays into this too. The DXY dipped today, which helps stocks, but are you seeing the same kind of fake out risk there?
It's basically the inverse of the NASDAQ. If the dollar is just taking a quick breather before it rips higher again, all that pressure comes right back onto tech. It's a very delicate dance.
Okay, so tech is shaky. Got it. But outside of tech, consumer staples, energy, they're still acting like absolute beasts.
Oh, for sure. Industrials are having a great run, too.
But you flagged something interesting in the notes about utilities XLU. It looks quiet, maybe too quiet.
This is one of those setups I love finding. Utilities are coiled, incredibly tight. We see what looks like a symmetrical triangle or maybe a bear flag.
So the price is just getting squeezed into a tighter and tighter range.
Exactly. And look, you have the 200, the 50, and the 20-day moving averages all converging in one tiny spot.
And in the market, just like in physics, compression usually leads to expansion.
An explosion is coming. We just don't know which direction yet. Now, we should probably touch on the why behind today's rally. We got the preliminary Michigan consumer sentiment numbers.
Right, came in at 57.3, which beat the consensus. So does that mean recession fears are overblown?
I'd be careful with that headline. When you dig into the report, that optimism is coming almost entirely from wealthier consumers.
The wealth effect. Your stocks go up, you feel richer.
Exactly. Overall sentiment is still, historically low. It's 20% below where it was in January 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But the silver lining is that inflation expectations did drop to 3.5%. So people aren't quite as scared of spiraling prices.
Speaking of spiraling, crypto had a wild one. Bitcoin was down, 13% yesterday? And then up nearly 12% today.
Talk about whiplash. It recovered the whole flush. Meanwhile, gold and silver, they just look heavy. They're struggling to get any lift.
Days like this are why discipline is so important. It's why we preach having a system.
Absolutely. It's what we focus on in the Grok Trade Mentorship. Think about it. If you panic sold the bottom yesterday, you just locked in a huge loss.
And if you get FOMO and buy today's top, you risk getting trapped all over again.
Right. It's not about gambling. It's about knowing your stop losses, managing your position size. That's the core of the program. And, we stick with our traders until they make back their investment. You just have to have a plan for days like this.
So, final verdict for the week.
I'd say it was a convincing snapback, for sure, led by small caps and industrials. But that dead cat bounce question on the NASDAQ, that's the big cliffhanger for next week.
We'll be watching that NASDAQ gap very closely. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe and tune in next week as we continue to cover the markets and the developments we've mentioned.